Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. How's it going, everybody? Yes, hello, welcome to Monday. Great to see all of you. Hope you survived the weekend just fine. This is Miguel Rodriguez for the Bakersfield Gentlemen. Frankie will not be joining us today, so it will be one of the better episodes. And better still, we have got a special guest for you that we haven't had on in a minute, and I'm glad to have him back on. He's a good buddy of ours, and he's got some news for you to share with us right now, which makes me very happy. I am honored. Um, my phone is blowing up and in different ways. I don't even know who's trying to message me right now. They can wait till afterwards, okay? But obviously, since I am soloing this one as far as the interview to interviewee, I'm gonna need you guys' help and do me a favor. Share this and follow along with what we're talking about carefully because there might be a chance for you guys to get some stuff out of it. All right. Without further ado, I want to bring Kyle onto the show, and I'm going to let him talk, and I'm going to ask questions, obviously, because I am intrigued, I'm interested, and I am enthralled on what's about to come your way. All right, guys? So let's have it come right now. Hey, brother.
What is going on?
It's going good. I see some stuff in the background right there before we get started too much. Loving those stickers and the apostate sign and the other one below it, like whoever those guys are.
Yeah, these guys. I mean, they're all right.
It's like,
No, man. Obviously, I mean, you guys have been incredibly supportive of me, and I had to represent at least a little bit until you guys, get like some posters and shit. And I don't know when that will happen, but whenever it does, please send me one.
Oh, hell yeah, of course, yeah. In fact, that's another poster that's going to go out. The first time it gets made, it's going to be Kyle and Eduardo here in the comments. Thank you so much, Eduardo, for tuning in. Another guy who's definitely gets one right away. It's just a matter of getting them friggin' made. So that's a story for another day.
That's always the thing, because merch and swag it's not cheap to make. I mean, it's not, depending on who you go through, it can be, but if you want it to be good, it's not cheap.
That's the thing right there. Yeah, you want it to last a little bit longer than a cigar.
Yeah, exactly. So, quick question: what do you think of my shirt? I don't know if you know who this is.
I'm digging. Who is that?
That's Johnny Cash.
Is that Cash? He looks young in that picture. Damn.
That is a very, very young Cash when he was, getting busted.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then.
I went to the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville last week. My wife and I were there to celebrate our 15th anniversary, and it was pretty cool. So I had to walk away with something.
Oh yeah.
But obviously we're not here to talk about my shirt. We're here to talk about something else entirely. Now, to kind of preface to everyone here who doesn't know who I am, my name is Kyle Garret, and for the last 5 years, just over 5 years, I have been running and managing, YouTube channel, social media under the banner of Dad Smoking Cigars. The too long didn't read version is, my dad got me into cigars. I'm a dad. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. There you go. So I've been doing that for a while now. I used to do it with a friend of mine. Some of you may know him, Cigar Show Tim. And then we both kind of amicably parted ways in terms of our endeavors. He has his own channel now, and then it all fell to me, Dad Smoking Cigars. So been doing it for a while. And I would say roughly 2 months ago. And what's up, Anthony? I recognize that dude. Anthony Giannis, that guy who always seems to win giveaways. I swear.
Those winning they cannot be stopped.
Yes, both of them. Both of them just win everything. It makes me sick. But anyway. Lucky bastards. But so I've been doing it for a while now. I think you and me and you guys, we've been doing our things for roughly the same amount of time. Got started around the same time, I think, 2018, 2019. And so, I've been at it for a while. And 2 months ago, man, I just hit a wall. Like, I hit a wall so hard. I was having a lot of trouble coming up with content. And I didn't want to force it. I didn't want to make it, be just, I didn't want to pump stuff out just for the sake of creating, just so that way I could have to stay relevant, I guess would be the proper term for that. You know, that's important, but I wasn't going to just try to bullshit my way through it. That's not who I am, and it doesn't feel right. And people can tell. They can tell when someone's not being genuine. So I decided to take a break, take a step back. I haven't made any for posting on socials for the last 2 months, and I've been and thinking some more and having conversations with the likes of yourself and your brother and a few other people that I know and trust, whose opinions I value very much. And it was pretty much the same thing all around when I gave my explanation and everything on what I was wanting to do, and it was just all positive, and you guys all seemed to dig it. And then I started posting the stuff I've been posting, and admittedly, there was about a handful of people freaking out, who they're like, they're messaging me. They're like, what is going on, man? What are you saying? I'm like, just relax. I said, everything will be explained this Monday, and here we are. I was just, I had to laugh a little bit because if I'm being honest, I was kind of being a little cheeky by doing all that stuff, posting what I posted, just like, let's see how people respond. Because I knew there was a handful of people that knew, and they're just like, oh yeah, he's going to tell everyone. And then others who were just like, what the hell is happening right now? So I'll cut straight to the chase. And Dad Smoking Cigars is no more. Meaning that my socials, my YouTube channel, all that stuff will no longer be called Dad Smoking Cigars. I will be continuing to create content, but under a rebrand, which I am calling Smoke and Revelry. And that was something that kind of just came to me after, I would say, weeks of really thinking about it. I didn't know what I wanted to call it. And I actually have the logo. I don't know if I can present it on the screen right now. It says there's an option that says present. I don't know if I can do that. Would you know how to do that?
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Yeah. Is that what I click? Do I click present and then I can show something?
Yes. Okay. If you want, I also have it, but it's probably a smaller version than you have.
I'll go. I have it on my computer, so I'll just go ahead and present it to you guys, and you guys will be able to get a first look at it. What the hell is going on here? My computer is being weird. It's nice when your computer will actually cooperate
to participate with you.
Yeah. This all that stuff. What the hell? I love how it's like I all this pomp and circumstance and I can't even deliver. What the hell?
Bastards. It's the computer's fault. I hate that. Who's
it really
that
is.
Naked person? What naked person?
What? I don't see a naked person.
I'm not. Yeah, Anthony.
Like in my frame or yours?
It would not be the first time there's been a naked person in one of my frames. I will say that. But in this particular moment, I have nothing to do with it. So, I'm going to need more clarification.
I don't know.
But to stay on topic, though, for a quick second,
for sure,
I was bummed when I heard you were having your situation, but I also very much understood where you were coming from, man. Because as much as it is fun to do, like it is unbelievably fun to make cigar content. There's no denying it, but it also happens to be very draining some days, and those days add up very quickly.
It's one of those things because like I very much respect and appreciate all my other fellow content creators and all that kind of stuff, and what they create, because they're pouring themselves into this stuff that we love. I mean, it all revolves around cigars, of course, but at the same time, it's it can be rough just because you're trying to think of stuff. And I'll be 100% honest. There were times when I would like think ahead of what I wanted to do. I created series and things like that on my channel. I really tried to be unique. I really tried to make sure I was doing stuff that nobody else was doing. But even then, it can be rough just because like even if you're doing stuff that no one else is doing, it's getting people's attention and bringing in an audience. That's the trick, man. That is the sometimes the snag. So I'm gonna do a share screen thing because
That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
it does not want it does not want to. Okay, let's see. Google Drive. All right, can you see everything?
Yes. Can I bring it? Is it okay if I bring it on now?
Yep, and there it be.
Boom.
Boom. Let's see if we can get a closer view.
Make us a little smaller too. There we go.
Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go.
Revelry.
There we go. How do you like that?
I love that, dude. Like,
yeah, dude. You want to know what? Canva. Canva is one of the best apps you can download if you want to have good photo edits, good thumbnails for YouTube videos. That's where I edit all my stuff. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down now. But yeah, man, smoke and revelry. And to explain how I came to that is just like thinking about going back to. Thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate that. I'll probably bring it up again before we wrap things up, just so that people can get a better look at it. Thinking about Dad smoking cigars, after a while, I really was starting to feel pigeonholed, if that makes any sense. Because, Dad smoking cigars, people would tell me for the longest time that, oh, it's relatable because a lot of, there's a number of us are dads. Well, most of us have a dad, and a number of people I know, they smoke cigars with their dad. Men and women smoke cigars with their dad, or all that kind of stuff. It's all about family. It's all about having good experiences while you're smoking cigars, and it worked for a while. But again, man, I felt like I was hitting a wall, and it's not like all the content I did had to revolve around the brand name necessarily.
no.
But at the same time, because of the brand name, I felt like I don't know, the content and the brand name I felt like were starting to be at odds with each other, if that makes any sense.
You are not alone on that. I totally understand how you feel. I've been arguing with Frankie and about this. We've talked about it on the show many times too about our name. Like,
yeah.
First of all, there's nothing gentleman about it. Like, that was a lie from day one. And as far as being relatable to Bakersfield or even like on topic, the most we've ever done is talk about like our local hockey team, the Condors. Like, we have not once tried meth on the show, so it doesn't even make sense. We haven't dug for oil. We haven't.
You're referring to Oildale?
Yeah, there's none of that. So and not only that, it's I've gotten told many times, like with the Facebook group, people will answer the questions. One of them is, "Hey, have you checked out our page yet? If not, can you go check it out real quick?" Everyone will usually say yes, or oh, I'll check it out later. Whatever, check it out. Fine. Don't worry about that. But the other one I get is, "Oh, I don't live in Bakersfield. It wouldn't apply to me." I'm like, "Fuck, that makes no. That's my fault." Because that's I have to explain it better to them because that's not their fault. And
right.
I feel that at like a personal level right now when you say that, like, you don't want to be pigeonholed in those moments, and I could not be more empathetic in that moment. Like, I know how you feel 100%.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that empathy just because, like, coming up with a brand name is hard enough. Almost like. With Smoke and Revelry, Dad Smoking Cigars kind of just came to me because I was trying to think of something, and I was just like, something cool, something relatable, or something catchy, something, clever. And when it came to me, it was just like, yeah, that's the one. And when you think about it, it kind of strikes like lightning in a way, and you're just like, yeah, that sounds good. And it was good for only so long. And I was talking with a couple people, including a lady who's really, really cool lady. I've known her for a few years now, and I've actually interviewed her on the channel. Her name is Martha Staub, and she is the owner and CEO of MDMC Entertainment. She does digital marketing,
Oh
and
wow.
she works with people in like the WWE. Like she does conventions and stuff like that. She gets connected with some really cool people, and it's because of her that and back when Tim and I were doing this together, we actually got to interview a former Power Ranger actor on the show and all that
Nice.
stuff. So yeah, it was a blast, and we're all friends. We're all connected. And when I asked her, because I figured she was the one to ask, I said, "What do you think of rebranding?" She's like, "Rebranding is good. Just make sure you don't do it too much." I was like, well, that kind of goes without saying, because if you can't, if you rebrand too much, then people just stop paying attention because
It's
you don't know
yeah,
who
it's
you are anymore. Yeah.
although
So
speaking of WWE and rebranding yourself, look at Cactus Jack slash Mankind slash Dude Love. Um, if you play it right, you can do as much as you want, and I bet
mhm.
you could bring your
Well, yeah.
personality. Yeah, you could. I see you could do if you wanted to do another person on the show, and it's just you like mirroring yourself. You could bring out another character. I could see you
You
doing
want
that. No,
something? I've actually thought about that. It's funny you say that because, like, you think about what people do on TikTok and some of the sketches that, like, one person sketches where it's just edits of them playing different characters. Those are the
yeah,
funniest things around. And it's really entertaining if it's done well, anyway. But
yes,
focusing back on the rebrand and everything, Smoke and Revelry, when it came to me, it's just the idea of, like, obviously, I mean, smoke, that's self-explanatory, and revelry, which isn't a word that people use very often, but it just describes fun, party, just kind of a joyous, energetic type of feeling when people get together and are enjoying themselves and having a good time
oh hell
and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. And that really is what all this is. It is celebration of cigars, really good spirits, whiskey, whatever you drink. But beyond that, I mean, cigars really cross over into every single territory that there is, every single type of, medium. You got films, you've got music, you've got, even in history I mean, apparently, I guess today is Columbus Day,
mm,
interestingly enough. And they they say, and I'm going to use this loosely, they claim that Columbus discovered, among other things. Uh, but it is because Columbus and other, Spaniards who came to this continent, when they interacted with the natives were already using tobacco for a number of different purposes, and
oh
one
yeah.
of them was smoking it. And this was not something that Europe had really caught on to. So in a way, yes, Columbus, among other people, um, even though Columbus is kind of a touchy subject these days for
You can touch it
understandable
here. It's
reasons.
totally fine. I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
okay.
I know. I'm not going to necessarily paint him in a good light or a negative light. Just that he came here, and the rest really is history. But in a way, we do have him and others who came to this continent to thank for, bringing tobacco to other parts of the world, and then creating what we now know as, whether it's pipe smoking or I smoke for the social reason. I understand the revelry. Yeah, there you go,
Revelry.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But so that's why tobacco was brought to Spain, and then from Spain it went to Cuba, and then to the other outlying, islands in different parts of South America and Central America and things like that. That is why we have cigars, because of that. And it's kind of crazy, kind of cool. Interesting that it landed on this day. I didn't even realize that it was Columbus Day until I saw somebody post about it and touch on that specific subject. But yeah, it's just it's something that even if you're just sitting alone smoking a cigar, it you don't need an excuse. You could have a great day, you'll want a cigar. You bad day, you want a cigar, and really, there's no need for an excuse or reason. And when you smoke a cigar, it just gives you that wonderful opportunity to really just sit, think, relax, or not think and relax, and just kind of, either disconnect from the stress and everything, or just put yourself in another state of mind. you know, and I could go on and on and on, but I really don't have to, because anyone who's watching or will watch this that is a part of the cigar community that smokes cigars regularly will understand and appreciate the fact that, yeah, it is all about the celebration. It is all about the experience, all about the enjoyment, all about celebrating life, and being able to just, you know, this is kind of the stepping stone of it all. And it brings people together. It starts great conversations. I mean, shit. Uh, I wouldn't even know you guys if it weren't for the fact that I was into cigars, much less started, you know, my own cigar social media and YouTube. You know, it's kind of crazy just because I remember when I first jumped into all of it, you know, that's when I actually started to notice all of the different cigar socials, and that there were already a bunch of people doing it, including you guys. And yeah, we met the first time in 2019 at Fuente
One thing
Fever. Remember
fever,
that?
yep.
Yep, that was a good time. I wish it could have stayed longer, but unfortunately at the time I had a shift that evening. I worked freight at Home Depot. Yay. And I had I had to get back for that. That was so disappointing, because I was like, you know, I knew there was more to enjoy, more fun to have, and more, you know, conversations to have. But yeah, I met you guys and a handful of other people that I'm still connected with, for, you know, and you know, and that again feeds into this, you know, this new brand name, you know, Smoke and Revelry. Just that's all it's ever been. Every single time I go to a lounge, every time I sit and have a cigar with my dad or a friend, or go to a cut and light, or go to something like TPE, you
Yeah.
know, or sit here in my studio and get to have a, you know, a virtual meeting with another friend who smokes cigars and all of that. So, you know, again, I could go on and on and on, but that's really the main thing behind why I chose this rebrand. And you know, I'm hoping, and obviously time will tell, and I just need to be, you know, consistent and pour 100% of myself into it, which may look differently. Well, it's meant to look differently than the previous, you know, incarnation. Um, you know, it'll be something that people will really enjoy, and something that I can have even more fun with, because it's got, you know, new life being breathed into it. So, yeah, man, I'm excited, and I really hope that it's something that people can latch onto and have a good time with. And you know, same for me, creating content and having fun, and not stressing over what my next video or next post is going to be about. Because I'll admit, even on a good stretch of time, whether it's a week or a month, where posting is consistent, content seems to come a little more naturally. Um, it still can be anxiety inducing. It really can. And
Oh, yeah.
that's when I don't like it, which sucks, because I love this stuff. But there are times when it's just like the thought of posting something on socials or posting another video. I'm just like, I kind of freeze, and I'm just like, do I need to? Should I? Do I want to? Fuck. You know, it's sometimes you just find yourself in those moments. But I still very much have a desire to do it. And so I felt like this was a really good, you know, kind of platform to jump off of, so to speak.
Oh, oh, 100%. And I'm glad that you are doing this, because I can tell that this is gonna not just not just improve, but it's going to be something very special. And when you came up with the
Oh,
name and
thank
you
you.
told me, I was so excited. I'm excited for you, brother. Like, this was my question too. Eduardo actually put it down in the comments, so I appreciate that, brother. When are you officially doing the switchover? When's the names changing?
Today,
It's
that's the
all today.
main. Once I'm done here, that's when I start getting to work to changing names and profile pictures and all that kind of stuff. My plan with the YouTube, because this is where it kind of gets tricky, because the YouTube channel is connected to the Dad Smoking Cigars email/account. So, but at the same time, I didn't want to have to start a brand new YouTube channel and have to start from scratch with subscribers, because I mean, it took 5 friggin' years to get to the subscriber count that I have. and it's not a massive number, but it's still a decent number. I'm on the tails of a thousand, hopefully relatively soon. It's just over 900 subscribers, and I want it to keep growing. So I'm probably gonna have to uh, start a new email, but keep this account and just change the channel name, which I looked into it, and you can do that. You can change the channel name and everything like that. So hopefully it won't be an overtly a complicated procedure, because I want the transition to be smooth. I want to make sure. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that very much. I wanted to transition over smoothly, and I'm going to be posting a ton of it, because as it is, you'll post something about a video you just uploaded to YouTube or something that you're doing, and because of the stupid algorithms for so many different socials, only a handful of people will see it. And that's one of the reasons why I have a love-hate relationship with social media. On the one hand, it's free marketing, website. You just need to have an active social media account. But at the same time, it only seems to show what you're posting to the people that I guess you interact with the most, or whatever. So, I do have my work cut out for me, but at the same time, I'm not feeling like it's just this overwhelming challenge. I'm up to it. I'm up for it, and I'm ready to, be consistent and have fun with it and enjoy, and not apply undue pressure to myself, because I'm pretty sure you understand completely. Just that will happen periodically, because you want to stay relevant. You want to stay fresh in people's minds. And if you're not posting regularly enough, you kind of get shuffled to the back of the deck,
Yeah, it's and not even like a fault of viewers. Like you said, it's the algorithm. It really is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's the way it's the way the platforms operate. You gotta be like, you gotta live on social media, really. Unfortunately, that's just the truth of it. You have to live on social media in order to stay relevant and to grow your audience. And that's kind of just the catch-22 of it. But at the same time, I'm not scared of it. I'm not going to freak myself out over it or let anxiety get the best of me, because again, I have too much fun doing this stuff. It's just way too much fun for me to give up and not do anymore. So yeah, man, I'm excited. But yeah, today the changeover takes effect. Once I'm done here, once we're done talking, that's when I start to do all the stuff and change the name and make sure people are aware and know what's happening. So
if I could ask, for those who might not have already liked the pages before, but are going to go look for the new name, Smoke and Revelry. So go look after the show, guys. What are the three that you'd want them to check out the most? If you could pick three platforms for them to like, hey, make sure you check us out on da 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 da.
Well, right now, the big two are Instagram and YouTube. Those are the big main ones. Now, with that being said, I'm really trying to, because I actually have, I not long ago I got over 1,000 followers on TikTok. What's currently the Dad Smoking Cigars account. So I'm gonna really try to be more active over there, because the beautiful thing about TikTok is that if you're posting on TikTok regularly, it also provides more content for your, like your Instagram and even YouTube, because, one of the things that grows a YouTube channel is posting shorts frequently. Once that became a thing, that's like something that they always recommend to do, because apparently it gets more attention to your channel, which interestingly enough, and I don't know, again, what the formula is specifically, but I've had shorts that I posted that within a couple days was like getting hundreds of views, which, to me, that's a big deal, because, you got content creators like hundreds of views. That's not a big deal. Well, to me it is, because honestly, my YouTube videos, for the most part, I usually struggle to break 50 to 60 views per video. Over time. Some videos haven't even jumped over 30 views, just depending on what it was. And again, it's just, you gotta you have to know how to manipulate the algorithm for you. I'm still figuring that out, and I think most creators are. There's tools you can use, but sometimes they don't always work for you the way you'd like. And so, yeah, but at the same time, I'm up to the challenge. I'm excited, and I'm hoping that with the rebrand, it breathes brand new life into it and gets the attention that I'm hoping for people to, watch and enjoy.
No, I agree, and I think you're on the right track already. It's the idea of keep
Thank
it
you.
going, and I this is a
Yeah.
question. I don't know if you know the answer. I don't. I honestly don't know much about TikTok myself. And can you get paid from TikTok? I believe it's a yes or yeah.
Yeah. And when I was looking into it, it just you have to you have to be raking in the followers and subscribers in order for that to be a remote possibility. Like a couple of my favorite creators on TikTok literally have like millions of subscribers to their TikTok. And with that can come with a lot of different things, because if you have that many people that are paying attention to what you're doing, I mean, there's almost no limit to the possibilities of people who might want to sponsor you, who might want to partner with you, collaborate with you, and things like that. I mean, even for someone who is, on a small scale like myself, I mean, both of us, I mean, we don't have this crazy massive following on YouTube, but we get attention. People will pay videos and they'll actually jump on lives and things like that. Um, we've had people reach out to us and say, "Hey, love to partner with you. Would love to send you something. Would love you to, review my product or whatever." But when you think of people who have millions upon millions of followers, I mean, people are willing to pay you because it's free marketing for them. It's free advertising. You know, them paying you is a small price to pay, even if they're giving you a decent amount of money, because after that, they start making more money from people paying attention to their product because of the influencer in question. So, but yeah, TikTok is fun, and it is unique among social media platforms, for a number of reasons. So I'm really going to try and make it work for me, kind of touching on what you were saying earlier about, like, basically making different characters and things like that. That thought has occurred to me because I see it working for other people and how much fun they have doing it and how funny it can be and entertaining it can be. I'm pretty sure I could easily do that if I worked at it on a regular basis, coming up with characters and being funny and stuff like that. Because I mean, I'm an amateur voice actor. I love doing that kind of stuff. So it no doubt it'd be a blast for me. I just need to come up with something clever. That's the trick.
What do you call idea for my Kikimo? Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. Yeah, and that's another real quick to Anthony too. I'm sorry to switch top, but congratulations, brother, for that. I am excited for you, and you couldn't have picked a better company to start with. I see big things in their future, and they're already doing big stuff. So awesome! They made a right call bringing Anthony onto the team.
Nice.
What the heck was I going to say though? Oh yes. So I would like people to understand, if you haven't already, for those who are watching, and you haven't like Dad Smoke Cigars, make sure you check out Smoke and Revelry tonight. I'm going to give you those 3 chances right there. So like on or follow, excuse me, on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on TikTok. At the end of the month, when we do the giveaway, you'll have 3 chances. So you get on the wheel 3 times, and not this pack because I opened it. I'm smoking these ones. These are mine. You can't have them. But I'm going to throw in a 5-pack. Either if you want a sampler, we'll do a sampler, or if you want a specific pack, any pack you want, to whoever gets on the wheel. Everyone who likes it, screenshot it, send it to us, send it to Kyle. Let us know. Let somebody know that you're on the wheel, all right? And you have up to 3 chances to win. So go subscribe to all 3, all right? Go check them out. And at the
And
end of the month,
to kind of make it easy for you guys, just because, like, once the show is over, um obviously it's not going to be immediately changed over, because I'm I have things to do here at home. So let's just say for by 8 o'clock tonight Pacific Standard Time. So check where you're at and see what the time difference is if you're watching from elsewhere in the country or elsewhere in the world. By 8 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time, and what's the date? The date today is
Ninth.
October 9th, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on October 9th. By then, everything should be changed over. And Frankie's in Castaic. Did you just go to Magic? Did you just go to Magic Mountain and then claim you were doing family stuff?
I wouldn't even doubt that. He doesn't get on rides. He's too scared. He's too short. He can't get on the rides.
You know what? I'm 6'1", and that's all the more reason for me not to get on the rides because I am terrified of heights and high speeds. So you will never see me there ever. I don't even like going to Knott's Berry Farm sometimes just because, I'm not worried about people like pressuring me into getting on because I don't give in to peer pressure. But at the same time, it's just like I look at them, I see videos of that shit, and I'm just like, nope, never. Couldn't pay me enough. And if you were gonna pay me enough, you would have to get me high as a motherfucker in order for me to even think about it, because then I just won't care.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my god! So yes, yeah. give him till 8 o'clock tonight. That is our time because we are on the same coast. Thank God, because we don't have a lot of buddies over here. Oh my gosh!
No, everybody's in like Florida or elsewhere.
Friggin' Texas, everywhere that's not good. All right, California's still great. I don't care what anyone says.
I will say this though, like going to places like, even as close as Arizona or then like Texas or wherever things are more affordable. I sometimes would love to go to places like that and buy cigars because you can get them at prices there that you will never get here because of our ridiculous tobacco tax and our inflated economy. It sucks, but California's pretty great. I'll be honest. I do like living here. I just hate how fucking expensive everything is.
You are not wrong. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not giving up on us just yet as far as the whole state goes. But yeah, if things don't turn around, I don't know. Someone have a couch for me to crash on in all the other states. Whatever.
Yeah, my mom's already talking about like saying, I'm gonna have to come live with you soon. I'm like, no, don't have. I love you, Mom, but don't have room for you here. It's just like, but she's like, well, you might have to. I'm like, no, I don't have to do anything. I would rather set you up somewhere that, meets your standards than have to force you to shoehorn you into my house. Because that's essentially what I would have to do. I love my mom to death. She's fantastic, but I do not want her living in my house.
I shouldn't say this because I know she'll find out that I said it, but yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I think, I don't want no, I'm not even gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it out loud because she will appear out of nowhere and just beat me.
She will come out of nowhere and throw the chancla at you.
Oh, she's got deadly accuracy. She's good. She's
yeah, my mom too, except she doesn't have a chancla. She knows how to shoot a gun, and if she ever had a gun, that we always said, Mom can't have a gun in the house because she'd be able to take you out in one shot.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah. You maybe have to let her live with you then. I think that's...
Well, she doesn't have a gun, so I got nothing to worry about.
Okay, well, that's safer. Everyone from California is moving to Texas and Florida, no sales tax. It's like 2 for 1. I know. It's... You guys don't rub it in our faces, all right? And I know...
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, that still would not convince me to move there because, one, DeSantis is governor, and that guy is a jackass. And on top of that, it just, there's too much crazy shit that happens in Florida. You see it all the time in the newspapers, Florida man, or some other crazy shit that happens in Florida. So yeah, I'll travel there occasionally. I mean, you and I have a bunch of friends there, the Cuevas family for one, and a bunch of other people that we know. It's like, yeah, it'd be fun to travel there, but you could not get me to live there. Thank you, no.
Yeah. And the weather in Florida, I would say California's got better weather, brother. I think we got you beat on that one.
It does, and we don't have to worry about hurricanes and other, other crazy happenings that seem to only happen in Florida and involves all the men that live in the state. I don't know. I don't know what's in the water, but apparently it causes men in Florida to do crazy things.
Well, did you know that Wisconsin? I believe it's Wisconsin, or it might be Wyoming. It was a W, and I off the top of my head, I can't remember. I saw an article today where they are challenging Florida for craziness because it was basically, I'm paraphrasing, but woman on lawnmower gets hit by plane, and that I was like, that is a Florida story. What are you doing in the Midwest or wherever you? Yeah,
that's probably Wisconsin, if I had to guess, because I've been to Wisconsin. And, you know, it's the Midwest, but you still got a ton of rednecks that live out there.
I can deal. I like that.
Rednecks and Green Bay fans.
Oh, let's. You had me at one point, and then it just went right down. Never mind.
Yep. No, Tim Long, if you're watching right now, yeah, I said it. I'm making fun of Green Bay fans, and you are a Green Bay fan, so had to.
So this one time he is not only Wong, he's definitely not right either on that one. So, but Cali has all the earthquakes and fires. Actually, yeah, we do.
The fires are worse than the earthquakes.
The fires are like on clockwork though, almost like every year. It seems like you can just you can set your clock to them literally almost. So
because it hardly ever rains here, it's so dry, and that's why we have brush fires and all that kind of stuff. I mean, gosh, I remember living in Corona. I live in a town called Corona in Southern California. I think since moving here, and I've lived here for almost 9 years, there have been at least, I think, like 3 or 4 fires close to where I live. Like, I remember 2018, the year my youngest was born, there was a fire so close you could see it from like my driveway. Like in the hills near not like right next to my house, but like close enough, too close for comfort. And the smoke was everywhere, and we had to stay inside. This was before a disease was making us stay inside. It was smoke and fire. Didn't want you to breathe, breathing that shit in. The fires are way, way worse than the earthquakes. I mean, honestly, it's to a point where like when an earthquake happens, I'll be like, when? I didn't feel anything.
Seriously, yeah.
Because we don't live close enough to the fault line to really feel it. Because like by the time it gets to us, it's just like somebody weekly knocking on your door. It's like, really, somebody was at the your shit. So, but anyways, well, I think this is the point I have to bid everyone adieu. I really appreciate you having me on the show once again, Miguel, and letting me make this announcement. It's, something I've been really excited about, a little nervous, but mostly excited. Just because, new can be scary. But this is, I don't feel like this is scary. I feel like it's just kind of a new, really exciting, fun thing that I, kind of like that Christmas present. Oh, I can't wait to play with it, and all. Yeah. So, but man, really appreciate you being on here, and to everyone who has jumped on the show. The Giannis brothers mostly. Appreciate you guys, and stop winning. Live some for the rest of us.
Nah, I don't. I've said that before. It's not a wish that comes true.
They have it dialed in. I don't know how they do it.
Hey, you can't fight the hashtag. It's not going to work.
No, but I'm gonna try and make sure that by 8:00 tonight Pacific Standard Time, everything's all changed over. You're gonna see it. You're gonna, once that all happens, again, just look for it. I'm gonna try and keep it as simple as possible in terms of the social media handles, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Just Smoke and Revelry, no symbols, all words, no underscores, no dashes. I really want to avoid that shit this time. Because I remember initially with Dad Smoking Cigars, people were annoyed. It's like, why do you have so many underscores? I'm like, because the first 3 times I tried, it wouldn't let me do it. So I had no choice. So, man, in the next hour and 15 minutes, as it is right now, it should all be up.
Yeah. So get on that, guys. Go check it out in just a little bit. That's not very long. So go enjoy the rest of your Monday. Brother, I'll let you go. I'm going to get out of here too for tonight, guys, but we will be back Wednesday. Frankie will be back, unfortunately, so you'll have to deal with that. But it'll happen as it happens. But for now, guys, y'all have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk to you very soon. Cannot wait to check it all out, Kyle. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, man. You guys take care. See you later.